Ohio State commit Bodpegn Miller and third-seeded Ontario take center stage at Copeland Field for the final time this season as the Clyde Flyers invade Niss Stadium, with the victor moving on to the Division IV regional semifinals. It's live and free playoff football under the lights in Week 12. Pre-game coverage between the Warriors and Clyde takes over your Friday night. Next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio, with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. Let's go. Carroll's Truck Parts and Recycling pre-game show, Week 12 high school football, and a dandy of a matchup here tonight as state number 10 Ontario battles number 15 Clyde. Welcome to Niss Stadium, everybody. I am Brian Skowronski, the great Sean Adams with me here tonight, and I think plenty of juice for this game. Two explosive running attacks with some stout defenses meeting for a spot in the regional semifinals, sir. This is a nice one.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing Clyde play. They play in that tough SBC up there in the northern part of the state, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how well Ontario can match up with them.
Show you what the Clyde Flyers have been able to do so far in the season to earn those 8 wins. I feel like they've really forged themselves as legit contenders in the region. Over these last few weeks, Sean, they've outscored their 3 opponents by 82 points. They've really been taking care of the ball, too, and I'm sure that you love that number, the plus on the side of the margin in the plus-minus giveaway takeaway. So they're taking away a whole lot more than they are giving.
Well, and also the zeros on the right side there that you alluded to with
yes, sir.
The scoring and the not scoring. And, you know, you go a game even further back than that, and I think you have a close one against the tough Sandusky team that's Division II. So, you know, they're kind of on the fly. They're gaining some confidence. And, you know, I think, you know, coming on the road is nothing new for them. This is a storied program, and it's going to be a good matchup. I look forward to it.
And they've got Santa Claus here on the road as well over on the visitors' sidelines, handing out some gifts. But they hope the ultimate gift, of course, here tonight would be a Flyer victory. If they're able to collect one, I think Mr. Adam Young has to have a superb night. I mean, he's been on an absolute tear. 5 straight games over 100 yards. He found the end zone twice last week. And I think he's kind of been the key cog for them here over their dominant stretch here in the second half of the season, Sean.
Well, you know, I think, you know, this is Ohio high school football, and you're in the second week of the playoffs, and this is the time that you really want to lean on that running game. And when you got a running back like that, just give him the ball and let him eat. And, you know, they got 2 quarterbacks. They're very well balanced offensively with the run and the pass. And, you know, I think both teams really want to establish the run, and this guy right here can really do it for Clyde.
Yeah, look for him to get involved in the mix, plus that 2-headed monster in the backfield for the quarterbacks with both Wilson and Lance. That's going to be fun to watch and see how they elect to bring them in and out of the lineup and take turns. On the road, though, here against a 10-win club for the second consecutive season. Very consistent offensive output. They're averaging nearly 35 a game, and they're pretty much around that mark just about every single week, Sean. So this is a team that, you know, consistently putting up points, and usually it's about 5 touchdowns or more.
Yeah, you know, last week was the first time I got a chance to watch them, and I was really impressed with, you know, I thought, well, we're going to come in here and watch them just run the ball. Bodpegn's going to take off and go, and they were a lot more multiple than what I thought. And, you know, that poses problems for a defense when you're able to be multiple like that, being able to run, pass, and then you still got to watch out for Bodpegn because he can take off and take it to the house at any time.
Yeah, I think it's kind of those off-script plays that really kind of carries the offense sometimes with Bodpegn out there going outside of what is designed. As the Warriors are out here on the field for the final time this season here at Copeland Field. Gorgeous Niss Stadium on a beautiful night here. Temperatures right around 50 degrees, so we do have playoff weather here in the building for this exciting Week 12 showcase. And, you know, Coach, Bodpegn's going to get a lot of the press clippings. He deserves them. He's going to Ohio State. He's done a bunch of great things. But Mason Van Tilburg, he has definitely kind of been that hammer in the backfield. He's a powerful runner, and more than likely going to surpass 1,000 yards for his senior season here tonight. He's pretty close to that. You like that he puts up about 85 per game and gets in the end zone about 1.5 times per night.
Well, he was our player of the game last week, and you gave me the opportunity to go down there and talk to the young man, and just a great young man. And I was really impressed with how patient he was with letting his block set up. He wasn't too anxious to get through the hole. He let those blocks set up, and then once there was an opening, he hit it, and he hit it hard and fast. And so, Ontario's going to have to rely on him to kind of keep the ball in their hands, but, it still comes down to Bodpegn to make some explosive plays.
Yeah, and speaking of Bodpegn, he joined us on the podcast on Monday. Here's what he had to say about his team in this senior class, just kind of understanding that they had a good collection of talent all along.
And I got to say, I've been really impressed with you guys getting 10 victories again this season, just because you graduated so many dudes last year. I mean, you guys were loaded. So do you feel like this team has kind of developed into a winner from the start of the season? Or for you inside of the locker room, was the expectation high all along and you kind of had a little bit of insight that we did not, knowing that Ontario, they're a mainstay and you guys are just reloading yet again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't go in a season with a low mindset. And so we have some young guys, and we had to replace a lot of people, and we had to encourage some young guys to step up and do their role, and we just had a great mindset. Coach Eck has done a great job, all the coaching staff, and we really locked in and believed in ourselves. And we knew we got to be nobody's really going to expect the same results as last year, but we knew.
It was really great to have Bodpegn join us and just offer a little bit of insight behind how his season's been going, and much different for him from a year ago where they had all those offensive playmakers in the passing game, Coach. And then this year, now all of a sudden he's become the top rusher in the MOAC, along with Van Tilburg, the best rushing duo in all of North Central Ohio. So they really have had to change their style of play, and it's been very effective.
Well, yeah, and I mentioned just being explosive. And anytime he sees a crease, we saw that last week, he'd just take off, and he's got such long strides and just so fast. I think the key for Clyde is to make him run sideways if they can and then rally to the ball. But they're going to have to eliminate those big explosive plays from him, obviously.
Clyde getting set to kick it off here. So we are just about set. Week 12 high school football action under the lights here at Niss Stadium. Taking off the goal line and spinning out of the first would-be tackler here, the Ontario return man, and he takes a big hit right around the 12-yard line. That's where the Warriors and Bodpegn Miller will get their first opportunity with the football here tonight.
Well, that might have been one of those things that you might have just let it roll into the end zone. Now you're going to be back, would you say, the 12-yard line, and you're kind of losing field position already. But let's see what Ontario can do here, and I look forward to it. Brian, you guys have had a busy week covering volleyball.
Yes, sir. We've been around.
And podcasts. What a great thing that you guys do for all these kids and these schools. And, it was just fun to kind of watch that this week from afar.
Well, we appreciate the fan support, Sean. That is why we do it, because the people out there, they want to see. First down here is Van Tilburg, and he weaves his way through traffic for a nice run here on first down. Gets about halfway home to getting the chain gang on the move, actually. James Mahon getting the first down carry.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Ontario. That's one of their staple plays, to be able to run the GT. I noticed the end up top, he was kind of staying home because Bodpegn's reading him. If he goes with that tackle, Bodpegn's going to pull it and take off on the edge. Good play for Ontario starting off.
So it'll be a pickup of 5 as they'll stay in the gun. Mahon motions out to the right. Clyde just brings 4, and they'll empty it out. Enough for a first down here on the pitch and catch. Alan O'Blisk with the snag.
Yeah, I mean, the good play call there. Try and catch them man-to-man and running those guys in crossing routes and motion out of empty. So far, Ontario's given them some different looks than we saw last week.
After the fresh set, again, just 4 coming. Bodpegn exiting the pocket, stage right. He's got the speed, he's got the corner, and he'll be forced out. Another decent pickup here, probably around 5.
Yeah, if you're going to rely on that defensive end out there, nothing against him, to try and contain him, it's going to be a long night. I think that you're going to have to, if you're Clyde, put somebody on there to spy him a little bit to try and keep him from, gaining these extra plays.
Pushed out of bounds there by Hector Garza. It's officially a gain of 6. Second down 4. Man comes in motion. They'll pitch it that way. A little bit of a crease, and peeking through there goes DJ Haywood.
Uh-oh, we got a hanky.
And our first flag is on the field.
Area of holding. Yep. if you're Ontario, that you got a nice little drive going here, and then you get a holding. That's just hard to sustain drives when you got that. Now it's going to be second and probably 12.
Trey Fowler there with the carry, not going to count as they'll back it up. So Miller in the offense playing from behind the chains now after the 10-yard infraction. It's Landon Soward's moving from left to right. They'll go that way. Actually, they'll fake the pitch. Here's Bodpegn, a little juke move to the outside. He sends another one. Miller. Flag comes in as he's forced out of bounds in front of the Warriors bench. See if it stands.
You know, it looked like Clyde had him bottled up in there, and they had people getting to the ball, and he was able to escape it. Good job by Bodpegn.
Foul's going to go against Clyde, and it's going to be enough here for an Ontario first down. As you see, they're going to call a personal foul and a face mask. Looked like the right hand there of Wilson coming up on top. That facial part of the mask there for Bodpegn. And the Warriors closing in on midfield now. Straight back to pass, clean pocket, going deep. And Miller a little underthrown, but the adjustment is made. How about that catch by John Mahon? Wow.
Great throw, great catch. You know, it looked like they're playing cover two, and the corner let the guy go outside of him, and the safety wasn't able to get over to help him.
Warriors breaking inside of the red zone with a charter next-gen first down. Mahon had to wait on it a little bit. He's able to haul it in right around the 15-yard line.
You know, one of the things about playing Bodpegn is the week of preparation. You really don't have anybody on your scout team that can simulate that. So I see Clyde's kind of having a little adjustment here, trying to figure out, just feeling him out and how fast and how quick he is.
He's able to dart up the middle here for right around 5 on first down. And you're absolutely right, Sean. Just trying to mimic that in practice. What do? Just pick your fastest player, no matter how big or tall or small he might be, and just say, hey, wiggle around a lot.
That and, you know, lots and lots of film study. I think we really relied on watching a lot of film just to try and figure out formations and tendencies. And then, you know, once you get into the game, you know, at Mansfield Senior, we were lucky because we had those guys that were just as fast as some of the other people.
It's Mahon, and he's able to twist around for a couple more. Third down on the way here for the Warriors. And the first third down that they have faced so far here on this drive.
You know, I see Clyde moving from an even front to an odd front and back and forth, trying to confuse them a little bit as far as how they're aligning. But I see a lot of hands on hips for Clyde, and where's the energy at? This is the week 2 of the playoffs, and come on, people, let's get a little jazzed up here.
They're going to need to try to slow down Bodpegn Miller to the outside. He cuts in, and he'll reach and be about a yard short, but it's enough for a charter next-gen first down here for the Warriors, right on the doorstep, looking to take an early lead on their opening drive.
You know, what an impressive drive here for Ontario, being able to come down the field. They started off with their own, 13, 14-yard line, get a penalty, able to overcome that, get down here to the 1 or 2, and let's see if they can't punch it in. This is a huge drive for them and way to build some confidence.
Just about 4 minutes off the clock here, as it'll be first and goal inside the 2. Mahon the lone back. He's got the call and has to spin out of an arm tackle right away. Hector Garza busted through, went to the backfield, and basically shut that thing down from the start. No gain.
That's a great job by their linebacker. The guard blocked down, and he did his job, and he filled. And, you know, great job on the ISO there. I'd like to see them do that when they're out here playing. I noticed the play before, both guards pulled, and the linebackers were standing in concrete.
Miller looking to run right all the way, gets a block, and Bodpegn Miller goes into the end zone for an Ontario Warrior touchdown. They'll light up the scoreboard here at Niss Stadium, getting the first points of tonight's Week 12 action.
Yeah, so far, I don't see anything on the Clyde side that can match their speed. And every time they've ran outside, they've hit the honey hole. And the guy out here chose to go back door, and as soon as he went back door, he got blocked, and it was a touchdown. Great drive by Ontario.
Cooper Kilgore on for the PAT. He's able to lift it up and through. So with 7:31 to go here, opening quarter, Ontario strikes first.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Impressive scoring drive by the Ontario Warriors to open things up. Bodpegn Miller skirts his way to the outside. He'll rush in a 2-yard rushing score to give Ontario the lead here at home in this Week 12 matchup against Clyde. Brian Skowronski, Sean Adams here on this fun matchup. And the Warriors kicking it deep. Return out to about the 30-yard line. Taken back on the play there by Joel Greenslade.
There's a hanky on the field.
Personal foul, face mask against the kicking team.
Face mask against Ontario is going to be the call. And that's a big one, 15 yards, and Clyde's going to start with prime real estate field position here.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty coming off a kickoff. Great field position here for Clyde.
Come out, 3-back set. And the man in motion here, Mason Fluling. They'll just pound it straight ahead. Believe this is Young, our player spotlight tonight. And Adam Young doesn't get too far, maybe a pickup of 2.
Yeah, it looks like Ontario's keeping as many guys in the box as possible, and then Bodpegn's manning up on somebody else. Here comes Clyde. They bring in a couple faster guys out here.
And they'll go with a quick snap as well. Try to pound it with Young straight ahead, right back into the teeth of the defense, and it's like a wood chipper in there. Just gets knocked down maybe 1 more yard. So quickly, 3rd and long here for the Flyers.
Now, one of the things that I have noticed about Clyde throughout the season is they get up to the line and they call the play, check out the defense, and either they snap it or they don't. So far, now see here they're looking over again, and they got somebody to jump. So all through the season, they get up there real fast, check out the defense, call play. If they didn't like it, they get one of these cheap penalties and then call a play that they think is most suitable.
So you see there on the Stacey Wampler Sluss Realty replay, Ontario jumping into the neutral zone. It'll make this 3rd down conversion a bit easier now for Clyde. Brennan Wilson, the QB in there, the senior here to get the start tonight. We'll see both he and Jonathan Lance throughout the course of the action.
Now it looks like Ontario's in a little bit of a zone here on 3rd and short.
Bring some heat straight ahead. Little crease to the right side, and Young's able to squirt through, and he's got a charter next-gen 1st down, the first of the night here for Clyde.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They here they go quick again, trying to figure out what they can get out of this, whether they like it or not, and then they go from there. You know, if you're Ontario, you're going to have to give them a different look here when they give a different look and try and change things up.
3 receivers here to the near side, rolling that way and throwing, but getting broken up. That's Miller in there on the coverage. Trying to find Jackson Dashner. Dashner, 22 receptions on the season thus far.
Here they are playing a little cover 2 over here into the boundary, and the corner took the bubble, and then Bodpegn was able to take over number 1 and make a break on it. Now we're in an empty set by Clyde.
Showing a whole mixed bag of looks on this opening drive. So they send Noft in motion, looking that way, and now they'll just flare it. And this snag made by Jonathan Lance. Excuse me, that's Mason Fluling. Decent job turning upfield, reaching, and he's only going to be about 1.5 yards shy here.
Yeah, now you're definitely in 2-down territory, and here they are back to 2-back gun where they were to start the game. Looks like Ontario's a man-to-man.
Third down, they'll send the man in motion. And they'll just run left side here, Young. And he barrels through his second first down conversion.
Good job by Clyde here. You know, I sense just a little confusion on Ontario. Not too bad, but there's just a little. They're making them think, and anytime you got to think and play, it's a tough thing to do. You want your kids to be able to just react.
This is Lance now. Loses his mouthpiece. And now he'll motion Wilson out. Tough to keep track of these two quarterbacks and who's doing what. It's Young again. And he'll get gobbled up there in the middle by Ryder Hensley.
That's a good job by that tackle. He wrong-armed it, and he squeezed down. They tried to trap him. If you're that guard, you're going to have to try and dig him out a little bit better than that. Now this is where Clyde was able to get a cheap penalty on him last time.
Again, here's Young. Looking for some daylight, and again, it's the brick wall right into the lap of Hensley, driven backwards. Back-to-back big plays by Hensley.
Good job by Ryder Harry, just running the line, getting off blocks, and making a play. Good for him. Great play by number 50. Now this is where I see in spread here where they've really got Ontario spread out playing zone in this look here. Every time they've ran the spread, it's kind of spread them out. If you look at the box, it looks like there's about 5 guys in there.
They do just get the snap off before the play clock hits 0, and a nice find here. Here's Shortridge. Hung on to the ball till the very last moment.
Yeah, that's one of those basketball on grass plays, you know, that just drives you crazy as a coordinator. You know, what do you do here? You know, they just kind of got you here, and great job by Clyde executing this.
43rd catch of the season for Cam. He just went over 500 yards, the top receiving threat for the Flyers all season. As Mason again, actually he'll check back and go under center. And the Warriors feel like he didn't get enough. It's all going to depend on the spot.
I think they got it if they go by this guy on this side.
Yeah, they're certainly taking their time to make any type of determination here, so perhaps the chain gang's going to have to come along and do their thing. So Ontario takes over on downs. 2:45 to go here in the opening quarter on this 4th down stop. A little bit of misdirection trickery here. Mason Fluling coming under center, the tight end. Needed about a yard, and he got maybe 3/4.
Yeah, great job by Ontario there. They were ready for the quarterback sneak there.
So the Warriors come up with a big-time stop. And they'll get the football back here for Bodpegn in the offense coming off of their touchdown drive. Huge opportunity here for the Warriors. Try to take a 2-score lead. Snaps low. It looked like some motion along the offensive front here for the Warriors. So a 5-yard false start. Get him a bit behind the sticks.
Yeah, I think everybody went except for the center.
Pretty much, right? Yeah, it's one of those where you're the referee if you are able to explain it like they do in the NFL. Just that's on everybody. Everyone but the center.
You know, last time Ontario had the ball and they were set back by a penalty, it didn't seem to faze them. They went right back at it.
His first carry of the night for Mason Van Tilburg, chugging ahead, falling forward out across the 22.
You know, this is just a simple trap, and you watch these inside linebackers, and I'm like, you know, where are they going? You know, if your guard blocks down, you fill, and the other one goes opposite A, and I'm just, it looks like Clyde's confused.
Warriors have been able to run basically at will this season.
Uh-oh.
Miller misfired on this one. Nobody home. And fortunate for Ontario that just fell incomplete. Miscommunication, perhaps.
I mean, you look at these defensive linemen, they're just like leaning on them. I want to see some hands. I want to see some getting off blocks, some ripping, some swimming, whatever. These guys that look like they're just leaning on them. Come on, Clyde, let's get a little jazzed up here.
Miller looking over to the sideline. See if Coach Eckert and his staff elect to make any type of a change here. As Bodpegn feels a little bit of heat, throws middle, and he's got his man with a head of steam into enemy territory. Austin Pence with the big play.
You know, that's what I talk about with these defensive linemen. You know, if you're not going to bring anybody, you're going to have to use your hands and get off some of these blocks and put a little pressure on him. He was able to stand in there and just make a great throw. Great job by the receiver. Good play by Ontario. 3rd and 10, you got to be able to get off the field if you're on defense.
It's a charter next-gen first down for the Warriors, back in business inside of the Flyer 40. Near side, Van Tilburg. Big hole. He'll exit through the crease. Another first down. The Warriors got the chain gang moving again.
You know, right now, Ontario wants this game. You know, I see kind of Clyde on their heels, and there's no energy. Somebody's going to have to step up for Clyde here and make a play. Good job by Ontario, just taking it right to him.
Back-to-back first down conversions here for Ontario. Fresh set moving from the 27. Miller empty. And somehow gets the burst. Looked like he might run into some trouble, but...
And just like that, it's a quick 9 yards.
Just knife through here, Sean.
Yeah, you know, and this is just a staple of the Ontario offense. They're going to run quarterback GT. And, you know, I'm wondering where these Clyde linebackers are tonight.
Clyde band here in the house. Watching Miller do some work.
Now here we got trips into the boundary again, and usually we know what that means. They're going to try and do something upfield. We got a short split up top. Last time they wheeled the running back. Now they're going to wheel him this way.
How about the escapability, though? A flag comes in. Miller, as it stands right now, has the first down, but it's back in the area of holding.
Yeah, you know, you and I have seen this trips into the boundary all season long, and usually that should be something that goes off in your radar that, hey, this is some funny business. And, you know, last week we saw him throw the wheel to the open side, and this week Van Tilburg ran the wheel down here to the boundary.
Second down, 13.
Now, Clyde got a break here. Let's see if they can do something with it. I'd like to see somebody step up for Clyde and make a play here. Right now, Ontario's just doing whatever they want to do. If they get a penalty, oh, well, no big deal. We'll come back and get it next time. Clyde want to win this game. They're going to have to step up and make some plays here.
Second down, Miller wanted to gum one deep. Now he rolls right and he throws on the money. Bodpegn Miller, another completion. This time to Noah Poole.
And that's a great job by that young man coming back to the football. He sees Bodpeg's kind of under a little duress, comes back to the football, scramble rolls, makes a great throw and make a great catch there, and they get a first down. It doesn't matter, 1st and 15, 2nd and 20. It doesn't matter. They're going to get it. Hey, we don't care. We're going to get there.
Poole with his 20th catch of the season. Final play here of the opening quarter. Van Tilburg, little stutter step, and he'll get knocked down, but a opening frame to remember for Ontario. Looking to make it a 2-score differential when we come back.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
132 total yards of offense for Ontario in that opening quarter. As they lead it 7-0 here to open up the second. They've got the football and right on the doorstep of making this a 2-score game. I'm Brian Skowronski, Sean Adams with me here tonight. And given some critique so far here to the energy levels of Clyde, and it feels like it's the exact opposite. I'm seeing the student section and the fan base here for Ontario and the players and the sideline, and they're feeling it, man, this final home game, and they want this one bad.
Right, they do, and it looks like Clyde, is just waiting, going through the motions, and just kind of Ontario doing whatever they want to do. That last play.
Oh, how about Miller? Bodpegn Miller, we are not worthy. Reaching for the zone. He's able to break the plane.
Nope, they called him out of bounds. They're on the 4, it looks like.
Oh, plus a flag is down. So maybe I got a little too excited too fast there, Sean.
I was meaning to say that on the first down, that was the first time that we saw Clyde actually bring some pressure, and they were able to get a tackle behind the line, and that was the first time they actually blitzed, and then they catch a break here. What a great play by Bodpegn.
Oh, and kind of a lame foul. You see, they call it a block in the back there. That was Xander Burrows who went down. So they'll bring it back to the 14. It'll negate what looked like a spectacular 11-yard touchdown run by the future Buckeye. First down, handoff. What a cut here. Van Tilburg slides into the zone, points right back up here at Copeland Field.
This is what I'm talking about. It's like Clyde is so worried about the pass that they've got everybody out of there, and then they've got one linebacker in there. You would think that you got to take away something, and what would you want to take away? In my opinion, you want to make him throw the ball. But they've got Clyde kind of on their heels right now with some different formations. And, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's 1st and 10, 1st and 20, 2nd and 20. They're going to get it. They're going to find a way to do it. And I think it gets back to that energy, the enthusiasm, wanting to be here and wanting to win this game.
14-0 Ontario leads here. Just 16 seconds into the second quarter. And there's just a certain vibe over here on this home side that you're getting from the Warriors. And we got to spin this back one more time. Fantastic run here by Van Tilburg. I think it's designed probably to go all the way to the perimeter, Sean. He cuts it back. A second juke move as well, and it leads him right into pay dirt.
Well, the guard kicked out. The tackle wrapped up inside on the linebacker. What a great block by him. If you roll that back again, you're going to see an old-fashioned pancake here by this left tackle on the linebacker. Here he comes. A kick out there. Here's the linebacker. Boom! And he just throws him to the ground. And I'm wondering, why isn't that linebacker feeling now? He's kind of just on his heels. You got to feel and kind of jam them holes up and make it bounce to the outside.
Oh, brother, I might have to send that one into Jeff Saturday on ESPN, see if he wants to throw some pancakes around on the ESPN set. Loves those pancakes.
Great block by that left tackle.
Ball teed up and booted deep here by the Warriors. Taken from his own 5. A little cutback, but no crease. How about the special teams getting it done as well here for Ontario, firing on all cylinders so far here through the first quarter in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, just a great job all the way around for Ontario. Offense, defense, special teams, crowd, band, parents, the whole 9 yards here. It's a great place to be here tonight.
Final home game for these seniors. And you heard from Miller, he knew all along, we're replacing 9 starters on offense and I think 7 on defense, but we got some dudes. They knew that with the playmaking ability of Bodpegn mixed in with Van Tilburg and the Mahans and all these boys, they had plenty. Rolling out here is Wilson after a series of fakes. And I think that's out of bounds, trying to find Dashner.
Yeah, just great coverage by Ontario there. I think they were trying to hit somebody back here on a throwback, and just great coverage by this corner.
Plenty of time in the pocket there for Brennan Wilson. And you got to tip your cap sometimes to the opposing D.
Now here Clyde's got him spread out a little bit. They've walked this outside linebacker out, and they got 6 in the box, and Clyde's actually got 8 in there, so this is a good opportunity to run.
This is Young leaning and falls forward for a gain of maybe 3.
Yeah, I was under the impression this offensive line was just big and powerful, and they were going to come off the ball and just rock you, and I've yet to see that tonight. Clyde's going to have to wake up a little bit here and know that they're in a ball game.
Quick pitch and catch and miscommunication to the outside as the Flyers will go 3 and out. And that's devastating for them, especially the way that this Ontario offense is moving the ball at will.
It just, there's no sense of urgency. They're kind of bickering at each other. I can't imagine they're going to go for it here. Maybe this is one of them quick punch. They get into empty. Ashland used to run this to perfection, and this always made me pull my hair out. What do? Do you put somebody deep or do you cover? And looks like they're gonna cover people and just let him punt it away. Now they're going to send Bodpegn deep.
Little side shuffle. It's going to be a short punt. Miller was back and makes the business decision to allow it take a hop, and it rolls dead right around the 35.5-yard line. But the Warriors defense, they do it again. They get the stop, 3 and out, and back into the hands of the ever so dangerous Bodpegn Miller in this Ontario offense.
Last week we were able to watch this defense against Clear Fork and limit them, kind of making them one-dimensional. And obviously I didn't think Clear Fork had the gunslinger there, even though he's going to be one of these days, to beat them throwing the ball. And Ontario was able to take away the run and make them throw. And it seems like tonight they just got Clyde all kinds of off balance. So good job by the defensive staff here for Ontario.
10:46 to go here before the first half whistle. Lone back here gets the carry. And this is going to be Van Tilburg again. This time the Clyde defense able to slow him down to just a gain of 2.
You know, it looked like they had him for less than that, and they still gained 2. So, you know, it's just one of those nights here. It looks like Clyde has one more guy into the box now to be able to stop this run.
Van Tilburg will be the lone back to the right side of Miller. Takes the snap, back to pass. And here's Bodpegn off script. This is what he does so well, tiptoeing down the sideline, and we'll see where the mark is. They're going to say he got to the 41-yard line, so a couple more, Sean. Still be third down, though, here for the Warriors, but a bit more manageable. They'll need 5.
So far, it doesn't matter how many they need. They've been able to convert and keep their drives going. You know, that was a better job by Clyde containing him, forcing him out of the pocket.
Miller checks over to the sideline. A couple of extra signals make their way into the huddle.
One-on-one on the backside here. Looks like Clyde's taking a little page out of the Clear Fork playbook and bringing a 3-3 stack at him. But great job on the backside one-on-one. We're going to run 8 yards, turn around, and Bodpegn will throw him the ball. Just a great timing route. That's the kind of stuff you work on all summer long.
Mahon, the leading receiver on the season now. Couple of big catches here tonight. Moves the chains. And got Ontario set up 1st and 10 right at midfield. Man in motion is Trey Fowler. And it'll just be right side. Barreling in between a couple of defenders.
This is just that staple GT play that, you know, you pull the backside guard, pull the backside tackle, and like to see those linebackers feel a little bit faster. They're on their heels, just taking it in the chops, and you got your safeties coming up here to make the tackle.
Hard nose running by Mason Van Tilburg. Bodpegn hands off. Here's Flower. And he'll leak to the outside and get hit right at the sticks. Likely enough for a Warrior first down, and that's what they say over the intercom. So Trey Fowler off the jet sweep. Chip block there on the edge opens it up just enough there from James Mahon.
Great job by Trey. You know, Trey's older brother, Jayonte O'Brien, was a great corner for us at Mansfield Senior, and it's good to see Trey over here making his own mark.
Miller rolling right, looking that way, and it's tipped, incomplete. Was trying to hook up that time here with Clark Spearman. 2nd and 10 on the way. Flyers back playing a bit of zone, and Ontario just unable to make the connection there in the middle.
You still got that backside one-on-one. Last time, you know, it was just pitch and catch, 8 yards. Here's the GT to the front side. Where are the linebackers? I'm sure that's got to be driving Coach Carter crazy. Where are my linebackers at? You got to be able to step up and fill that GT.
It's left up to the safety, and an excellent tackle made here by Xander Burrows, but it's the first touch that they're able to get on Van Tilburg after an 8-yard spurt.
You know, we've seen Clyde blitz one time, and that was late in the first quarter, and they were able to get a stop down here, and then we went to the second quarter, but I have not seen him blitz yet.
Van Tilburg cuts back inside. Flag is down. As it stands at the moment, Van Tilburg's got plenty to move the chains. But it's going to be another penalty against Ontario on the running attack.
Last week it was Clear Fork that was getting all the penalties, and Ontario was hardly getting any. And tonight I don't think Clyde has any. Maybe one or two, but Ontario's sure getting their fair share. But like I said, Brian, it doesn't matter. Give us 3rd and 15, give us 3rd and 20. We're going to convert.
Warriors have not had issues so far on 3rd downs. Perfect, actually, up to this point. Warriors going to go with a 4-receiver set. Van Tilburg, sidecar right. Here's Miller. Steps up. He's got a crease. He's going to take off. Here's Miller to the outside. Bodpegn Miller needed 13. He gets a 14.
Yeah, and the thing about him there is being smart. He doesn't have to try and go and get extra yards, saving his body, get the first down. Let's get out of bounds and live to play another day. And just a good, smart play by Bodpegn there.
Timeout taken down on the field. First timeout taken from either unit, and with that, I'll see what's going on out there with you fans watching live and free on both Facebook and our YouTube channel. I want to say what's up to Tanya Welsh, says go Warriors. Ruby cheering on the Warriors as well tonight. Jason Seacrest says yeah, Ryder. 1 Point Restoration and Builders cheering on the Warriors as well. That's over on the Facebook side of things. And the group chat over on YouTube. Oh, my old friend Jeff Montgomery says, what's up, Adams and Brian? How we doing, brother? And then let's go Warriors. You weren't around to coach that guy, right? That was before your time.
No, but I had the opportunity to coach with him at Mansfield Senior, and what a great guy and a great coach he is, and great family. Old Jeff Montgomery, he was one of the greats, though, that played at Mansfield Senior, that's for sure.
Yeah, I threw a couple touchdowns to him back in my day, too, in flag. I'm sure he doesn't remember any of them. Miller looking to throw one here. He rolls right, and we'll toss it. Another connection. Bodpegn has been on the money. It's Poole with the snag. And just about a yard shy of first down yardage.
Gain of 9 on the play, 2nd down 1.
Poole with the second snag of the night. Up around 350 yards for the season.
Great job by Ontario here. Sometimes they keep him in the pocket. Sometimes they're rolling him out. Sometimes it's play action. Just trying to keep this defense off balance.
They go empty for the time being. Clyde showing some blitz. They will bring some heat. Design quarterback run all the way. And Bodpegn tripped up. Caught by his ankles. Just not a whole lot there. It looked like Cedric Messer was able to get a piece, but it's enough for Trotter Next Gen. First down.
They run a little pin and pull out there. And great job by that corner getting off the block there. They only needed a couple yards. This is kind of a big series here for Clyde. You don't want to get down 3 scores here late in the second quarter.
Over on the Ontario sideline, it's my man Troy Sapp down there getting us some great shots. His wife Kathy did an unbelievable interview too that hopefully we're able to air for you at some point. As Miller puts his hand down, keeps his balance, and he's able to pick up a few to the outside. But the last time Ontario went undefeated in the regular season, won 10 games back 2001. A couple members of that team here in the building tonight. And the strangest thing, we put the memory card in my computer to be able to dial that up for your pregame, and it got stuck in my computer, Sean. So I'm really sorry. We wanted to play that for you. We also talked to Aaron Eckert before the game. I don't think that's going to be seen. We tried like heck to get it out of there, but it's been lost into the Giggle Monster.
Well, here is your trivia question. Who was the coach for Ontario that year?
Throw to the outside, and a great play. Messer broke it up. If not for that right hand getting in there last moment, could have been 6 here for the Warriors.
That was the wheel again where they run last week with Van Tilburg. You know, you're going to man up on that number one. They ran the wheel to him, and good job by a kid getting over there and knocking it down.
3rd down 5 coming up here. Certainly 4 down territory, even though Ontario's got a very gifted kicker. If they wanted to, Kilgore certainly within his range.
It's like timeout Ontario.
So the Warriors want to talk things over. Joseph Galloway also says, hello, Coach Adams. He wants to know the score of the Shelby game. Well, tune in. Click over to that one. We've got that live and free for you folks tonight as well on Facebook, and then I believe YouTube Channel 2. Taking on Ottawa Glandorf tonight. Scott Love watching from West Des Moines, Iowa tonight on the Facebook. Appreciate you chiming in, letting us know where you're watching from. And that's always my favorite question. So for any of you out there watching on either YouTube or Facebook tonight, drop us a comment. Let us know how you're taking in tonight's game. Are you out of state? Are you in the beautiful Buckeye State? You chilling on the couch? You out in the backyard? I mean, it's nice enough here to still be outdoor weather. I didn't even put on a coat when I showed up here until the last moment, Sean. It's gorgeous. Mother Nature's been spoiling us.
This whole football season's just been remarkable.
It's been awesome.
I mean, just fantastic. What a great year it's been.
And a fantastic season for both of these teams. Ontario looking to get to 11 wins with a victory here tonight for the first time since 2001. I'm still thinking about that trivia question. And here's Mahon. Stutter step. And extra effort might have got the job done.
They've been able to run this play at will. And, you know, this is one of the staples for Ontario. You'd think that you would have this dialed in and make them do something different, but you know, Ontario is able to run this play whenever they want and gain significant yards.
Hunter Thomas had a shot at stopping him short, and as I mentioned, just the second effort that time there from James Mahon, the senior, puts his hand down, and he's able to score him forward for just what they needed. 1st and goal. Mahon again. Wow, devastating stiff arm right off the rip as he threw Curtis Dick down to the ground.
That time Ontario tried to run a little fold and pull the backside guard up onto the front side linebacker, and the guy was able to fill right away and make it spill to the outside where they were able to get him instead of running up inside.
But look at this stiff arm. I mean, that is just nastiness right there. Didn't go very far afterwards, but still, the beast mode in full effect.
I bet you saw Jeff Montgomery do that a time or two in flag football.
Well, you're not supposed to be swatting away at the guy's hands. He's more of a speedster for us. So is this guy every night. Miller back into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown. Cue up the fireworks. Warriors on top by 20. The leading rusher in all of North Central Ohio this season, Bodpegn Miller, gets back into the end zone. Rushing touchdowns number 16 and 17 this year. He's over 1,600 yards.
Yeah, I mean, just a great drive by Ontario. Just doing whatever they want to do here offensively. I don't remember any bad plays. You know, they had it 3rd and medium down here, and they were able to run that little timing route on the 8-yard out, 1st down, and just kind of kept matriculating the ball down the field. And, you know, they're just doing whatever they want to do tonight.
Bodpegn Miller back into the end zone. We'll show it to you again on our Sluss Realty Stacey Wampler replay. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Ontario area, you already know who to call. Hit up Stacey at the number in the top right portion of your screen. And if you're looking for touchdowns, you know whose number to call. How about number 8 all the time?
Just, you know, and he's got great blocks out on the edge. You know, I'd like to see these Clyde kids take a different angle, but, you know, he's kind of setting up these blocks, and he doesn't care. He's just going to get to that orange pylon.
Flyers with 2 men back deep as Kilgore's got it teed up. Getting ready to launch from his 40. Taken from the 9-yard line. On the return, trying to reverse fields. I think that was Thomas. And that'll give Clyde the football coming off of a 3-and-out.
Well, you know, this is kind of a pivotal for Clyde. You know, if you can get a score here with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, I believe they get the ball coming out at halftime, you know. That's able to give yourself two consecutive drives to maybe put some points on the board to kind of get yourself back into this game.
Touchdown. Crucial here for the Flyers as they've stumbled a bit here out of the blocks. Had a lot of success over the last few weeks. Hasn't been the case so far here in this one as they'll go play action. Here's Wilson. And the grab is made here by Burrows. Actually, incomplete, excuse me. As Burrows kind of limps over to the sideline.
Well, you see Clyde here motioning these H-backs or these slots, and then they motion one way and motion back the other way just to kind of see if Ontario's in man or if they're in zone.
That's the case again right here. See it playing out live. As now they'll motion Wilson out. Here comes Jonathan Lance. And the righty rolls left, and he's got the connection. Here's Dashner here on the near side. Warriors trying to make the case he was out of bounds, but they've got the completion, and it'll be a Charter next-gen first down and a big one here for the Flyers.
You know, that's kind of a tough throw. You got a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left. He's able to get squared away and make a nice throw here. Here's another one of those little timing routes that, you know, you work on all season long, and good job by the Clyde kid coming back to the football.
Fresh set here for the Flyers, much needed as they motion Brennan out. He'll go into the middle of the trips look. Lance loads up, going deep, far sideline. It's underthrown. Miller nearly had it timed up for the pick. I think he's a bit angry with himself that he didn't pick that off.
Yeah, he certainly mistimed his jump a little bit. You got to give Clyde credit. They're going to challenge him, and, you know, I think he just jumped too soon. You know, I think Ontario is content with, hey, we're going to sit back in zone and make you just kind of use the clock and go down here. And if you can beat us throwing the ball 4 or 5 yards, 6, 7, 8 yards, fine. But we're not going to give up the big home run ball.
Off the quick snap, here comes Lance, and he'll throw it to Wilson. And he kind of gets leveled there in the backfield, just nowhere to run and hide. Brady Rowe coming up for the stop.
Great job by the corner over there. You know, he's able to get off blocks, comes outside in, and he makes a play. You got these defensive linemen running the line. Good fundamental defense here by Ontario.
So it brings up a third down. They'll continue to roll here with Lance. 6'2 junior takes the snap, comes this way, and he'll toss it, but it'll be down to the turf, incomplete. Looked like Dashner lost his footing.
Trying to come back down here to that timing route, you know, that they picked up the first down on the last one, and the receiver just slips down here.
Coverage on the play by Landon Foltz. So fourth down, looks like the offense will stay out there here for the Flyers. They need 11. Got to get to midfield, and so they'll burn a timeout. They want to talk this thing over, and really tough situation, I think, to be in here, Sean, at the portion of the field that they are, because if you're in plus territory, I think you almost always go for it on fourth down in this type of situation. But if you give the ball back over to Bodpegn in this offense and you go down 28, could be a wrap before the second half even kicks off.
Right. You know, I've talked about this already. You know, Ontario's been able to do whatever they want, whenever they want. tonight in the first half. Run, pass, it doesn't make any difference. And you hate to even make the field that much shorter for them. I think you have to punt the ball here, play good defense, and try and get out of here down only 3 scores.
Looks like that's going to be the decision that is made here by Coach Carter.
You know, they challenged him on that one pass. Are they going to challenge him here and punt it to him and let him get a good return? Uh-oh.
It's going to be a high snap. And, wow, is Wilson going to try to throw this one? He will. The lefty launches. He's got a target and a catch. Wow. Will it count?
You're going to have illegal man downfield.
Yeah, I think multiple, right?
Yeah.
So we'll show it to you again. I mean, I love the gutsiness there of Brennan Wilson to roll out. And how about the connection, too, with Jackson making the grab here on the near side, but it's all for naught.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that that was all planned.
I don't think any of that was a part of the script, Sean. But it sure was fun.
You get the ball here and you run around a little bit.
But we've seen Bodpegn Miller, one of our best top plays that we had all season long. I believe it was week 6 against Pleasant on the road, and it was a high snap, very similar, and he just kind of waited. Everyone left, but he didn't throw. He took off and ran. 80-plus yard touchdown run. That was the difference. Little heat comes, and Miller calls for a fair catch and then gets out of the way.
Well, this might not be the best field position that they've had all night, but, you know, I think the very first drive, didn't they start from the 12 or the 14-yard line? Now they've got the 22. They got 2 timeouts and 2:48. I'm sure Coach Eckert would just love to punch another one in here going into halftime.
It would be game-changing if they were able to cash in one more touchdown. I want to say what's up to RP Murphy watching tonight on the YouTubes. He says, go team. So I think he just wants a good game out there. Also says, great job, Sean Adams. Just got one of those great gravelly voices for the microphone. Tailor-made for this. Tammy's watching from Galleon tonight. She loves all that we do for the kids and the families. Happy to be here. Miller looks right, now left. He'll roll out. And this is where he's absolutely dynamic, folks. Look out for the future Buckeye. Bodpegn Miller into the open field. Still going. I mean, what do you do?
Yep, he scrambles and just makes a play. You know, I think I talked about it earlier in the game. You got to have somebody spy him. And, you know, I don't – nothing against old big number 78, but 78 and Bodpegn are 2 different, you know, specimens. And, you know, you're just going to have somebody stay in there and spy him.
It was great coverage downfield across the board, but that is what makes him the ultimate weapon that we've seen this season, is the ability to tuck and run and just turn an off-script play into huge yardage.
Now that was a great job by this linebacker here. He was able to read his keys and fill. And, you know, I would like to see them do that when they run that GT. You know, you fill and you go opposite A on when your guard pulls. That was a good job by that linebacker for Clyde.
Minimal pickup here. Maybe a yard for Mason Van Tilburg as the clock fading down, under 2 minutes to go here before half. Clyde just brings 4. Miller connects over the middle. Big gaping hole to the outside and taking it all the way in for a Warrior score. Wow.
Clyde decided to play man-to-man there. Great call by Ontario. They ran a crossing route, ran him right across the middle. Got away from his guy and was wide open. Great throw by Bodpegn. Way to finish, Ontario.
Miller's pass complete to number 9, senior.
Warriors tearing it up here tonight. Austin Pence, the senior, here in his last home game. The catch, the run. Look at all that yak right there, about 30 of them. As Kilgore adds the PAT. We'll show that replay one more time for you. Brought to you by our good friend Stacey Wampler. Clean pocket. Not sure where the defense was there.
Well, I mean, they were playing man-to-man or man-free, and they didn't bring anybody. I think if you're going to play man-to-man, you're going to have to bring somebody and put a little pressure on him and help your DBs out. And rule number one, too, is if you're going to play man-to-man, you don't want to let that guy inside of you. And the Clyde defender let both of those guys inside him. He had pick his poison, either that guy or the guy running across underneath.
Yeah, we'll show you that entire replay from the top here before we get to the ensuing kickoff. For half. Just bring 4, clean pocket, no one within 3 yards of Bodpegn Miller, and you're absolutely right. Just the speed in the man-to-man situation, unable to keep up as Pence escapes into the end zone. First touchdown of the season for the senior. Special time to get one here in Week 12.
Absolutely, at home and Week 12. They're just. I'm really impressed with this bunch tonight. Just taking it to them, and you can see the confidence growing.
Return for the Flyers. Out beyond the 30. So they'll still have a minute 40 to try to get something going here offensively. And I think I made the prediction that if they go into the half down 28, I mean, it's almost lights out here against this Ontario defense, who, with the exception of the Shelby game where they allowed a 50-burger against Braden DeVito in that bunch, I think they've held just about everybody else to 14 or less.
Yeah, they've really done a good job. You watch these guys play defense. They're just fundamental up front. They get off blocks. They rush, and they just get to the ball. Uh-oh, got a little trickery here. I think if you're Ontario, you're like, okay, go ahead and do all that you want. We're just not going to give up the big play.
Ends up with Price Carter off the snag. Gain of 8, but fancy stuff in the backfield. Couple of fakes, and then the throw there from Jonathan Lance. On the connection to Price, he is able to get out of bounds. Clock stopped. $1:35 showing.
The one thing that I noticed tonight, other than Bodpegn, is the speed of the Ontario team versus the speed of the Clyde team. I thought that it would be the other way around, but I have not seen that yet from Clyde tonight.
Throw to the near side, another snag by Jackson Dashner. He's made his presence felt. He's got a first down, and he's beyond midfield.
This has been the play that's been the most successful for him all night long. Keep running it and gain your 15, 16 yards. Good job by that young man catching the ball, keeping his feet in bounds.
He's able to get out, though, approximately 90 ticks. Clyde steps back here. Lance does into the gun. Lone back with him is Wilson. He'll fake. And now scrambles out to the right. Pressure coming. And he'll just throw it away.
Yeah, the receivers aren't really helping themselves much out here. You're going to have to try and get open. They're just running their routes, and then that's it. Run those routes and break them off and try and get open. You just can't go out there and kind of run through the motions and hope that you're going to get open. This bunch is going to cover you.
Second down, minute 23. Still showing on the clock before the half.
They're using that little motion to see if they're man-to-man. Obviously, nobody went with him, so they're not man-to-man. They're just playing the deep zone, try and hit some things underneath. There they are running that play over there to that side. Not quite as good as it is over here at number 1.
Looking for Carter this time. Incomplete. Third down and 10 coming up here for the Flyers.
If you don't burn any clock here, Okay, there they were able to get a first down. I was going to say, are you going to give them the ball back with 1:20 to go? Good job by Clyde there, getting the first down.
Yeah, pivotal run there by Adam Young, our player spotlight tonight, the junior. He's had a nice streak going of 100-yard rushing games, 5 in a row entering tonight, and I thought that, and he was early on kind of the featured guy as we get a timeout down on the field.
I think number 1 for Ontario, Noah Poole, might have got injured on that play. He's back here kind of nursing himself, and Coach Eckert was able to get a timeout. I think Clyde might be onto something here. They got into kind of some tempo and kind of got Ontario off guard. You know, we talked about that last week. Sometimes as a coach, you got to kind of spark your offense, and, you know, they might be onto something here by going a little up-tempo.
Want to shout out Cole Hollis watching from California tonight, and he wants to shout out the Warriors and Coach Eckert. Tammy Swatek says go Warriors, and 1 point restoration in builders must be located in Cincinnati. That's where they're watching from tonight. Thanks to all of you for tuning in, and keep the comments coming from me and Sean. Every time we get a little bit of a break in the action, make sure that we jump into your comments. Want to invite you to stick around for the Carroll's Trucking halftime. Warriors band along with Clyde's will both be on the field. You have those halftime performances. Then Sean and I will break down the first half stats that you need to know and get you all set for quarter number 3. As that's read like an open book that time. Nobody bit, and right there, Rayvon Skelton just kind of threw it into the dirt. Good idea.
They looked like they were trying to run a little shuffle pass underneath here to number 5. And the defensive end up top didn't come up the field, and he was kind of didn't give the quarterback a great read there. Good job by that defensive end.
Still more than a minute showing on the clock. Plenty of time for Clyde. And this is the deepest they've been into enemy territory and getting a little bit closer to the end zone now. Another first down, pick up a 12. And this time it's Bryce Carter, his second snag here on the drive.
Here they go with this tempo again. You know, good job by that receiver finding the hole and just sitting down in it and making the catch.
Handed off. Here's Young with the stutter step. A couple Warriors combined to make the stop, including Maglet.
Timeout, Clyde. I just don't see a whole lot of movement out of this Clyde offensive line tonight with moving this Ontario bunch. You know, good job by these defensive linemen just gobbling up space and letting these linebackers run.
If you look down inside at the listed heights and weights here for Ontario, they definitely got some big boys. I was over on the sideline taking in some of their pregame action, and you look at Morris at 270 and Maglet's 235, Skelton's 240, 250 for Smith, Younker's 275, Hensley's 265. So clearly they are not rationing portions at lunchtime here at Ontario. It's working, it's effective, and the weight room is what Coach Eckert told me was kind of what he would give the lion's share of the credit to how they were able to continue to have another great season with a brand new bunch here. A lot of new starters on both sides of the football. He said this was a very dedicated group to getting stronger.
Well, you know, it's a program, but, you know, it's a culture. You know, it's what it's expected of you. I don't know what time they do it. I know when I was down there last week talking to Mason Van Tilburg, he mentioned we got yoga tomorrow. So they must be doing some sort of yoga, too, on Saturdays.
Here's Young pressing into the teeth of the defense. Will gain 2.5, perhaps, after the first down snag was made. And it looks like Clyde's just going to clock it. So they'll have a third down coming up. We'll go back to that pitch and catch that went for the first down 2 plays back. Just nice execution. And throws a dime. Can still pick up a first down, Sean, at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Ontario's going to bring 6 here. Looks like they're manned up, and they're going to bring 6 and try and put some pressure on him.
Able to get some heat one-on-one and just a little overthrown.
We got a hanky deep in the end zone.
It was Poole back on the coverage. He was definitely getting a bit aggressive, a little bit handsy there.
Great job by the quarterback reading those. We're going to bring 6 at you. Good job by him. He just grabbed it and threw a fade route. Kid should have actually caught it.
This is Olsen, the intended target, and a decent throw, like you said, from Wilson. And pull that right hand right in the back. Might have tugged a bit on the jersey.
You don't have any timeouts left, I don't believe. I can't really see.
Yeah, Clyde's out of timeouts. Ontario still has 1.
You're going to have to try and get out of bounds or make a quick throw out of bounds or even score here.
Rolling left, Wilson looks, end zone, and
out of bounds.
Yeah. So it'll be 4th down because the pass interference in high school, folks, half the distance to the goal here from this position. It's not an automatic first down like it is in other leagues.
Yeah, I agree here with Coach Carter. What's a field goal going to do you here at this point? You got to try and get a first down or a touchdown. Now remember, if you get a first down, the clock stops in high school football to set the chains, but you're going to have to hurry up and get to the huddle. You don't want this clock to run out like it did on Ohio State and Oregon.
They need less than 3. Wilson looking to the zone. Reaching for the first down. Boy, that's awful close. He is going to – well, I'm not sure what they're saying. I'll show the replay, maybe a little too quick, but here's the pitch and catch. Nice snag here by Olsen. He was reaching. And that's right at the sticks. I'm not sure.
If you're Clyde, you better hurry up and get lined up because if they do call first down, they're going to start the clock. Nope. Ontario held them.
Yes, second time tonight the Ontario defense has gotten off the field on a 4th down. They shut down the Flyers right on the doorstep. And that changes everything. Keeps it at a 4-score differential.
Great job by the defender out there, just hanging on until your buddies could get there. Hanging on, his buddies got there and kept him from getting a first down.
Last look here. That's Bodpegn Miller down on his ankles. Getting a little bit of help from his buddies. Like you said, Sowards comes over and just forces him down. So Ontario, 4 seconds left. Probably just pound it right up the middle or even nil it. Give it to James Mahon, and that will take us to the end of the first half. Great performance here by the Warriors at home. They lead at 28-0. Stick around. Both bands will be out on the field here tonight performing. We'll bring you that action. Plus, still 2 more quarters of play live and free on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Our second song tonight, preparing yourselves for one of the most iconic hits in modern music history. Released in 1982 by Michael Jackson with its unforgettable dance moves, here is Thriller. Stenches in the air, funk of 40,000 years, and your grisly ghosts in every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller. Our show this evening, we bring you an instantly recognizable 1976 classic by the band Kansas, Sit back and enjoy the final selection for the pride of Clyde's halftime show. Carry on, my wayward son. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Clyde Fire Marching Band. The marching band is under the direction of Jacob D'Onofrio, Assistant Director Aaron Eckert, Percussion Advisor Justin Knight, and Major Ed Advisor Rinehardt. We thank you for your attention this evening and hope you have enjoyed our show. Go Flyers! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Danger Zone, your 2024 Warrior Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Elijah Maverick Hinkle, Assistant Director Matt Iceman Kiesel, Percussion Coach Dave Goose Wilbert, Golden Girl Coach Morgan Viper Eckert, Royal Guard Coach Haley Jester Foss, and Majorette Coach Darcy Slider Broom. Tonight we begin our halftime show with the 2003 Killers song, Mr. Brightside. The song peaked at number 10 on the Billboard charts and tells the story of love's betrayal. Guard your hearts and enjoy.
Our next song is a jazz pop standard written by Weather Report in 1977. The song was written as a tribute to New York Jazz City Club of the same name, where greats like Miles Davis, Duke Ellington, and Count Basie performed. We hope you enjoy Birdland. For our final song this evening, let's get up out of our seats and get moving to stay warm. Please dance along with us and do the Cupid Shuffle. Ontario Music Program would like to thank everyone that has made tonight possible. Thank you to the music boosters, Ontario administration, the countless volunteers, everyone in the stands for their support. It's been my honor to be a part of your Friday nights. I wish all the seniors great success, and my special quality, go get them. Go Warriors!
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Time here at Copeland Field. 2 quarters in the books. They both belong to the home team so far here tonight. Ontario out in front by 4 scores, 28-0. The third-seeded Warriors lead number 6 Clyde. I'm Brian Skowronski. Sean Adams joining me here tonight. Impossible not to be impressed, I think, with Ontario on both sides of the football. The offense made big plays. They were never stopped offensively. Meanwhile, the defense, 2 big-time 4th down stops for them to get the football back, and that's why they're in total control right now.
You know, I've been really impressed with Bodpegn and this offense, but I've really been impressed with this Ontario defense the last 2 weeks. You know, They limited Clear Fork to 2 points, and they've given up 2 points in actually the last 8 quarters, and I'm not even sure that 2 points was on them.
Sure.
So, you know, this defense has just come to play. I was able to talk to Coach Oliver at halftime, and he was so impressed with his offensive line, and you know, the good things here are going on at Ontario.
Take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Carroll's Truck Parts and Recycling since 1945. Everything tilted in Ontario's favor, as you would suspect. Sean, almost 300 total yards of offense for them, and very balanced. So that's what made them, I think, so difficult to stop in that first half. They had explosive playmaking ability in both their ground attack, and then plus Bodpegn hooking up with a few different targets, one for a big touchdown.
Yeah, this is just totally impressive here. You know, you're almost even rush yards, pass yards. To have 295 yards against a very good Clyde defense is just phenomenal, and you know they've got things clicking in all cylinders here. And you know, I think if you're Ontario, you want to continue to keep your foot on the gas and keep going as long as you can.
There is Bodpegn Miller, going to be an early enrollee at Ohio State here in the next couple of months. We'll head down to Columbus and be a part of Ryan Day's show down there. But for right now, Coach Eckert and the bunch really enjoying what they have with him, and I think what makes him so special, we talked about it in the pregame, and it's just very obvious. I mean, it's not rocket science to break down and see that when this kid decides to leave the pocket and he goes off script, you're really in trouble as a defense. I've rarely seen him drop for minimal yardage. He's typically going for big time, 10 yards, 20 yards, sometimes more.
Yeah, it's so hard to contain him, and then when you do contain him, you got like big number 78 here trying to break down and tackle him, and he gives you one move and he's gone. And even when he does look like he's tackled, you look up and he gained 9 yards.
Yeah.
It's just kind of deceiving. But this is a good thing for Richland County, good thing for Ontario. You get Ryan Day coming in your high school. I'm sure that they had all kinds of other Big Ten schools in there. We had the same thing at Mansfield Senior, and it was just brought a certain excitement to the schoolhouse. You know, James Franklin was in there for Penn State, and you know, all those things really just kind of add to the morale. And you know, then you got the band and you got all the fans here, and it just kind of creates this atmosphere.
And it has been an awesome one so far here tonight at Niss Stadium. As we are just about set for second half action, the Warriors will kick it away. But with that 4-score lead, can Clyde, who's been great offensively heading into tonight here during the second half of the season, can they find enough to get themselves back into the ballgame?
Well, I was talking to one of their coaches, you know, at halftime, and this is the first time all season that they've played on grass. And, you know, I hate to use that as an excuse, but, you know, there is a big difference when you're playing on this
certainly
as opposed to the good stuff.
After this first down play, we'll take a look at Clyde and what they've done so far this season coming into tonight, and watching a lot of video on them the last couple of days. This offense, they've been really chewing up a lot of ground yards here, Sean, and then when they get it going offensively with the ground attack, that's when they hit you with the deep passes. Just hasn't been the case so far.
You know, and we talked about this defensive line up front, just kind of gobbling up space and letting these linebackers, you know, run and eat. You know, so, you know, just great job by Ontario. And I noticed that early in the second quarter they started using a little tempo. Let's see if they come out and do that this second half to try and spark their offense.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the case. So perhaps we'll take a look here at their schedule in just a moment. As the pocket's going to roll here this way, the lefty Wilson looking for anybody. And now he'll just fire it out of bounds, and that will bring up third down here for the Flyers. But as you take a look at what they did last week against Otsego, they dropped 42 on them. How about 34 the week before on the road at Norwalk? And then a great game against Huron, one of their rivals, 20-7. So a 3-game win streak coming into tonight, Sean, as they snap it quickly on third down, and they're going to run this thing. But Ontario, not fooled. They were ready for it, and they stop them well short. Fourth down coming up.
You know, I just you've got to be able to come out and move the sticks. And here they are. Are they going to go for it, or are they going to fake punt it? Oh, they got him to jump. You know, they were able to get him to jump early on in the first quarter, too, to get a cheap first down. They got him again here.
Yeah, it's a tough one here against Ontario, because had they been able to stop them there on fourth down, that probably could have been lights out. So the window of opportunity still very much open here for Clyde. But you got to get points on this drive.
You know, their best play all night has been the sprint out this way and the comeback by number 1, you know, and here they are running it again.
Pitch and catch and diving forward. I think this will be first down yardage here for Braden Olson. Real close anyways.
Clyde just pitch and catch. Ontario's just staying in the zone.
Wilson to the far side, and the grab's going to be made here by Price.
I think they called it incomplete, Brian.
Slow it down and see. Yeah, looked like a little bit of a bobble there before he went over the boundary, even though he came up with the football. So it'll wipe out that 8 yards. Be second down.
Now Ontario says, okay, we're going to man you up.
Tries the deep ball. And it's Jackson Dashner, the intended target, overthrown. Third down on the way.
You know, they manned up there, and good scramble rolls down here by number 1. And kind of a nice little hold here by number 12. I think he had a step on him, but good job by that young corner trying to hold on to him a little bit.
Crucial play on the way here for the Flyers offense. Got to be perfect from here on out. Touchdowns every possession. Warriors have been winning on third down. This is where they've been pinning their ears back and bringing a lot of heat.
Look for him to come down here to number 1 again if he can get off this block.
They'll fake it inside, looking to lob, and here it is to the outside now with Burrows. Gets a block, cuts back against the grain, and Burrows Gets swung down at the 46-yard line, so well short.
Good job by the Ontario defensive line, recognizing screen. You know, we always said retrace your steps and run the line. And, you know, number 50, Ryder, he's running the line, and he makes a good tackle there.
Second, fourth down here of the drive. Flyers converted the last time. As they bring Shortridge across the formation.
Here we got a guy coming across the field. He missed him.
Now he throws late, and it's in and out of the hands, dropped on the play. So the third time tonight, Ontario's defense has stopped him on fourth down. Bryce Carter just can't haul it in. Pretty decent scramble drill here for Wilson. And you just got to make that catch here and help out your quarterback.
Yep, you know, he came back to the ball and did everything right except for make the catch.
Good look down on the Ontario sideline. Troy Sapp working the camera to get you those tight angles here tonight. Best field position so far for the Warriors. They'll start in plus territory from the 48. It'll be a run play. A gap right side. And Clyde stops him. Maybe a gain of 2 here for Van Tilburg.
You know, I think if you're Clyde, you've got to say, okay, we're going to either stop this or we're going to stop this. We can't allow them to keep doing both. And what are you going to commit to stopping? And I think that you have to decide that and then go with it the rest of this second half.
Second and 8 coming up. Man-to-man here to the outside as Miller flares it. He's got Poole. And here's Noah Poole with a little leap at the end. And that's enough for a Charter Next Gen first down.
That was an impressive throw by Bodpegn. Clear across his body on the opposite hash, clear over here to this sideline. Able to heave it out there. Good block by this wide out. Get a first down.
Yeah, nice bit of touch. Showcased that time by Miller. Ontario's not going to be in any hurry, even though the clock is stopped. As Miller steps up, now funnels to the right. And I think the catch is made. Brought in by Bo Hefner. Be a pickup of 5.
They were able to keep him in the pocket there. They just weren't able to bring him down. Able to escape and just make a nice little play. And what a great catch by that young man.
Play clock down to 13 seconds. As Miller and the offense walking up to the line of scrimmage. Expect to see this throughout the duration here of the second half. And especially if they trigger that running clock with a touchdown here. Van Tilburg working his way to the outside. He's hit right at the sticks and should be enough for another Warrior first down.
That's just too easy. I hate to sound like a broken record, but, it's just too easy for him. He didn't get touched until he's 4 yards down the field. That linebacker's got to fill right now and take that on. Anytime you wait and you take it in the chops, you're able to gain significant yards. Good job by Ontario running the football.
Nearly 5 minutes gone by already here in quarter number 3 as Miller loads up, launches to the end zone. He's got a touchdown on the connection there to John Mahon. "24-yard pitch and catch." And Ontario gets the running clock going here against number 6 Clyde. Warriors flat out in fuego here tonight. Everything working for them on both sides of the football. PAT pounded through by Kilgore. The Warriors extend their lead. It's 35-0. We'll see if Clyde's got any type of response when we come back.
There they are.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Fresh off another touchdown drive, the Warriors offense still has not been stopped. 5 for 5 so far here tonight. And we'll show you the latest one more time here. John Mahon, 24-yard connection here. Miller, all the time in the world, throws a pretty ball into coverage. And then Mahon living it up out there in the corner of the end zone.
You know, that they're just playing cover 2, and the safety doesn't get over there in time. They ran an out and a fade, and, you know, the safety just doesn't get over there in time to cover him. And good for John Mahon and these Mahon boys here tonight. Glad to see them having some success.
Clyde moves the pocket here near side, and Miller was looking to end this thing quickly. Jumped that route, knocked it down for 2nd and 10.
Well, you know, they always say don't throw late across the middle, and he throws late across the middle, and he got away with one there. Bodpegn could have taken that one to the house.
He's trying to find Dashner. He's got a handful of catches already in this one, not that time. As the clock is going to run with the differential now on the board. And here's Braden Olson. He'll be stopped right around the 36-yard line. And they're going to say first down here for the Flyers.
You know, at what point do you, if you're Coach Eckert, say, okay, let's get our guys out, keep them healthy. I think the fat lady's done song on this one. And, you know, you still have to be ready for next week. And, you know, you want to be fresh, but yet you want your guys to play. It's kind of puts you in a precarious position as a coach.
Well, and you're a defensive guy, Sean, for your career. You know when you've got that shutout on the board, just something kind of special that you want to preserve.
You do. You want to preserve that. I get that. But, you know, at this point in time, I think it's better to go into, you know, playing the winner of Shelby and OG 100% healthy for a regional championship. Or would that be the regional semifinal?
That would be in a semifinal now with the expanded playoffs. Used to be. And Miller again jumps the route. Bodpegn, 2 pass breakups here on this drive already. And what an addition he's been to the defensive side of things. Did not play on that side of the ball last year, Coach. And he was talking to us about it on the podcast, just how much fun he's really having playing football now.
You know, they got him back there, and it looks like he's just able to have some fun and read and just, you know, attack the ball. And I've noticed him on a couple of tackles. He's made some great tackles too. So he's not just an elusive runner and a fast guy. He stick his nose in there and make some tackles too.
Going to get a timeout on the field. First charge timeout here for the Flyers. With that, you already know what time it is. Let me jump over into our Facebook comment section. Say what up to Lori Thompson. Says go Miller all the way from Kentucky. Amy wants to know the score. Check out the scoreboard. Rebecca 2. Guys, there's a big scoreboard out there. It's 35-0. Let's see. And then things have kind of cooled off over in the YouTube. People just kind of easing in. And we do have a bunch of other games going down live and free right now. Speaking of those whippets, let's get a score count over there. Third quarter, 7-6, Ottawa Glandorf leading right now on the road in Shelby tonight.
You know, I think they're 6-5, that Ottawa Glandorf team, but they have been a seasoned bunch. Their coach has been there years. They've been in the playoffs. They play in a tough conference. You know, they're giving Shelby all that they can handle over there.
They need 10 yards here on a third down. The throw caught. Standing on his head on the far side, Olsen. But he's got the first down. Almost looked like that new touchdown celebration. Did you see the new craze?
Good catch by that young man.
Yeah, I mean, like a breakdancer over there.
Old Mr. Trey Fowler over there getting some action, I believe, at corner.
Quick toss out Shortridge. High knees. And slung down, maybe a pickup of 5.
You know, and also, too, you know, if you're the defensively for Ontario, you're seeing a lot of the same things that you're probably going to see next week. And it might be time to work on some things, you know, your zones or some of your pressures that you want to bring and not necessarily show it, but it might give you a chance to work on some things here that you might not only be able to do in practice.
Kind of a cool play design right there, and it goes for a first down as they throw quads to the right. Olsen, the lone receiver here on the near side.
And look at the big cast he's got on his hand. It's a wonder he can even catch the ball. He looks like a broken wrist, and he's got a big cast. And, you know, give that kid credit. He's out here giving everything he's got.
So the chains move, but the clock flowing. Down near 2.5 minutes, the Zion QB draw here for Wilson. And a heck of a one. How about he catches a block to the outside and the Clyde Flyers on the board. No flags on the fields. And a feel-good moment right here for the Flyers.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great run by the quarterback there. They kind of got him on looking in the quads one way, and last time they ran a screen back this way. Here they are just running a draw. And the linemen get upfield, get some blocks, get a block on Bodpegn. Let the young man take it to the house.
Just let Brennan cook. Brought the spatula right there. 35-yard touchdown run. As the senior gets Clyde on the board. So makes it a 4-score game again. On this run right here, just weaving his way to the outside. It's all about right there. Putting his foot in the ground. Getting out in front of the pack. So we talked about Clyde and what they've been able to do so far on the season. Show you the Warriors so far. I thought it was a big victory for them, just fresh out of the gates, to beat Lexington, who we saw that they're still playing here tonight. Chance to move on to Week 13 for them, and they've just gotten better and better all season. That shootout at Shelby, giving up 50, but not really indicative of how they've played all year. And as I mentioned, Week 2, they gave 21 to Centerburg. Outside of that, Sean, 14 or less to everybody else on the schedule.
Yeah, and if you're going to make it into Week 13 or even Week 14, Week 15, you've got to play defense because defense always travels. And, you know, I'm impressed with the way that this bunch has played defense the last 2 weeks that I've seen them, and even all year long, as you alluded to.
It's going to be a little squib kick right up the middle, misplayed at first. Wow, did Ontario get on it? Looks like the offense is coming out. Referees unpiling the scrum there, and they will point in favor of the Warriors. But nice kickoff. Let me redial that one up for you guys, show you just how close this thing really was. Second look at that onside kick attempt. And it's right there. It just goes right through the 5-hole. and gave the Flyers an opportunity, but Ontario does come out with the rock. First down, Mahon looking for a crease. Well, throws it actually. Had a man, but it's off target, trying to hook up with Foltz. And he's got a few choice words for the defensive back out there.
They don't do any talking out there.
One of the underrated parts of the game, and I don't know what really goes on in the trenches because I was a wideout, but I tell you what, if you had a defensive back that was really chirping at you, it's a game within the game every single snap.
Absolutely. You know, here's this GT again that they've been able to run all night long. This is a staple of the Ontario offense, and they gained 4 yards again.
It's James Mahon who's in the backfield right now, and he's able to slither forward for a 4-pack of yards. 3rd down, 6 coming up here for the Warriors. And if you're Clyde, if you can get off the field with a 3 and out here, who knows? Build a little bit of momentum.
Which I don't think they've done all night. This would be the first one, I think.
Ontario has not been stopped offensively. A perfect 5 for 5 if you don't count the kneel down to end the first half. Bodpegn still hasn't been stopped. Right at midfield. Collecting another catch there is Bo Hefner.
You know, just a great job by this Ontario offensive line. And look at these defensive linemen. They're just like magnet men. Where's your hands? Let's rip. Let's chop. Let's do something. Don't be a magnet man in there and get off them blocks and try and put some pressure on him. Good job by him staying in the pocket and hitting the open guy.
Hefner's had a couple of big catches so far here tonight. Just had 6 entering the contest. 8 total now for his campaign. As Miller hands, he spins out of there. And Mahon can't shuttle his way around a pack of Flyers coming in for the stop. But the clock, the biggest friend here of Ontario, as we're closing in on the end of the 3rd.
Now Mahon comes up limping here. He's going to come out. And they got number 40 going in there at running back.
That's Cooper Kilgore, the kicker. Looking to get some action. Just a freshman. So a big moment for him here in the regional quarterfinals. Miller fakes to him, calls his own number, throws a stiff arm, gets away from a pair of Flyers, and wow, still in bounds and spins for a first down.
You know,
that's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything but make the tackle. And the number 76 down here is like throwing his hands up in there. What do you want me to do? You know, Clyde guy gives up on it over here. Just another great play by Bodpegn. I think they even, is this still their starting offensive line? I don't think it is. You know, they've got some different backs in there, but they still got Bodpegn in there.
Yeah, still looks like it's the starting offensive line up front. Do we got a timeout taken?
Yep.
So a timeout on the field. See what's going on out there in Facebook land again. Jaina says, go OG. Oh, that's on. Well, I clicked over to the Shelby game. So, okay. Shelby still trailing, though, by 1 at home, and Ottawa Glandorf has the football. So if you want to check that out, that's on Facebook, and then our YouTube channel, too. Great game going down there. And back here in our comment section, no new comments, so probably fitting that I was over here on the Shelby game.
What a great stadium that is. I haven't been there yet, but just seeing all the coverage that I get, there just looks like a phenomenal stadium.
The new Whippets Athletic Conference is what Athletic Complex is what they call it. And still building that thing up. It's going to get better and better as the years continue to pass. But it is, as far as taking care of media, since it's new the last couple of years, all the bells and whistles are there. It's perfect in just about every way. So very excited to have our crew over there tonight, teaming up with WMAN, Aaron Hines, Eric Will on the call. And the final play here of the third quarter is going to be Kilgore. And how about the freshman knifing through as he barrels out to about the 34-yard line to send us to quarter number 4. Ontario leads 35-7. They're just 12 minutes away from punching their ticket into Week 13.
You know,
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you guys live and free thanks to our generous sponsor, Simonson Construction. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Carroll's proudly supporting local athletes. Play hard, play fast, have fun. Charter Next Gen currently hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Mechanics Bank is Richland County's only independent community bank. And Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care for the quality of health and families. Let's get back to action. We welcome you back for money time here at Niss Stadium. Here's what you missed. Bodpegn Miller.
He kind of takes an awkward tackle down here on the sideline and kind of slow getting up. I'm not so sure that you want to continue to run Bodpegn when you're up this much, but, you know, who am I to say? I'd like to see him healthy moving into next week.
And after this next snap, we will show you the playoff picture. Let's see if I can get that queued up for you guys. Try to add it right now. They're going to stop play here for a moment.
Delay a game. Or did they get a timeout?
So I do have the updated Region 14 to look at. After this next snap, we'll see what's on the horizon here for who we presume would be Ontario. Probably 98% chance to pull this baby out here at home. 4-score lead, they've got the football and in enemy territory. Though on a third down, here's Miller. Chase out of the pocket. To his left, he'll throw and he'll find a target. First down yardage.
He dropped it, didn't he? Oh, they're going to say he caught it.
This is a new target, Trendon Flanori with the snatch. Just a freshman. They got a few of them out there making plays.
Good for Coach Eckert, you know, getting these guys out here and getting them some action. You know, they work just as hard as anybody, and, you know, that's going to go a long way. And, you know, one of the things about being in the playoffs, week 2 and week 1 and even week 3 or week 4 of the playoffs, is you get that extra practice time. And then that carries over into the next year. And, you know, these guys are out there giving everything they got, and to be able to come out here and play is a good thing for them.
Bodpegn fakes the jet sweep, and he'll take it up the middle, pick up a 4. And here is Region 14, how it currently looks. You see Shelby and OG just above this Ontario-Clyde matchup, so they will take on the winner, Ontario will, of that game. Right now it's a 1-point difference, and the Titans on top. On the other side, top-seeded Perkins taking on Vermilion. That's an SBC clash over there. And then Napoleon, a big upset in the opening round. They marched on after taking down Clearview, and they are playing the Bay Rockets tonight. As Gavin Miller, sophomore, with this run into trouble for basically no gain.
Kind of a fumbled snap allowed the Clyde guys to get back there. And, you know, it looks like Clyde's shuffling a little bit of new faces in here, too, trying to get some of their young fellas in there to get some experience.
So it's Miller, I believe, the starting offensive line, and then all backup skill guys out here getting a chance. As Bodpegn's going to take off right side, and it's a great open field tackle. That's been a rarity so far here tonight.
And you know, that's what I talked about at the first quarter is you got to have somebody spying because it's just not fair for your to ask your defensive end to contain him when he's so fast. Good job by number 41 making a great open field tackle, and it looks like he took another awkward tackle.
It's Hector Garza, just a sophomore, making it happen. And it'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to let Kilgore try a deep field goal here. This would be a 42-yard attempt. He's got the leg for it. And it's through the uprights. What a kick by Cooper Kilgore. So the freshman, we just caught the trail end of it. I'll definitely have to get you that full field goal. Impressive stuff for Cooper. And what a weapon that can be. I remember at times when you were coaching for the Tigers, you had some great kickers.
We had some great kickers, and you know, the special teams plays a vital role in the playoff run, obviously. And, you know, it is a great weapon, and to have a kid that can do that as a freshman is significant.
Another look at that made field goal by Cooper Kilgore.
He had plenty of leg on there. He probably could have went another 5 yards back.
Yeah, he crushed that thing.
Good for him.
We'll show you the celebration. Little spin and then, Man, how much fun you got to be having a freshman here.
Right. I mean, you're out here. He had a chance to even run the ball. You know, in the last series, they gave him a run, and then he's able to go out here and kick. And, you know, just football season is just amazing. And you know, you get into the playoffs, and everybody just starts feeling it. And it just is a great thing for a school and for a community.
Yeah, nothing quite like it. Off the return, Clyde. No hole available. The special teams unit has been solid tonight here for the Warriors.
You know, it's kind of weird watching the pros do kickoffs.
More than kind of weird. They'll probably, my hope is that it's going to be one and done for the new quote-unquote dynamic kickoff.
Yeah, and then you have to declare if you're going to do an onside kick. I mean,
it's rough. It takes a lot of the fun out of special teams.
Absolutely.
That was an important field goal, of course, because it triggers the running clock here for Ontario. As they pound it straight ahead, and here comes Adam Young.
You know, he just has been silenced all night tonight. And, I don't know if it's because of the way Ontario got up so fast that, you know, that made Clyde have to try and throw the ball. But he just hasn't been too much of a weapon tonight. And, you know, I was hoping to see him, you know, kind of control the game a little bit for Clyde and get some significant yards.
He was definitely the hot hand for Clyde coming into tonight. We'll take another look at his player spotlight. 5 consecutive 100-yard rush games, and I am pretty sure that he got into the end zone each of those 5 weeks, including twice against Otsego in their opening round playoff matchup. So thought he might have an opportunity to go over 1,000 for the season. I heard he talked to a local newspaper guy and said that was a big accomplishment that he was thinking about getting his junior season, but hey, he's been bottled up.
Yeah, here they just run a simple trap play. The tackle wrong arms it, the linebackers fill, and they get no yards. Good job by Ontario just reading their keys.
So it makes it 4th down. Clyde still needs 3. Offense going to stay out there. A lot of heat coming from the outside. It's picked up well. One-on-one and a little overthrown. Had Dashner. But for the 4th time tonight, Ontario gets the stop on a 4th down.
Yeah, they decided Ontario brought the house, and they decided to take a shot deep. I was really impressed, though, with number 1, the way he played tonight for Clyde. He seemed to be their only offensive weapon, running that 10 to 8 yard comeback, and then they tried to hit him here too. I think the corner kind of got away with a little tug there, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's Cam Powers down there, and then kind of knocked him over at the end of the play as well. Little insult to injury as the bench emptied out here for Coach Eckert, and what a feeling this must be. Felt like there was a little bit of tenseness to the Ontario coaching staff. I only talked to a couple of them before the game, though, but I was telling you, Sean, that it wasn't kind of like, hey, how you doing type of thing. It was, hey, that's a good team over there. We got to get locked in. We got to get zeroed in. So
yeah,
to do what they've done has been impressive.
It has been impressive, and they haven't done anything fancy. Last week we watched them run the wheel with Van Tilburg, and this week it just seemed like they went back to the basics and said, this is what we do, this is who we are. We're going to run GTs, we're going to run ISOs, we're going to spread it out, let Bodpegn find some space, and he made some great throws too, and the receivers did a good job. It's just a well-oiled machine here tonight for Ontario.
And pretty exciting for Warriors fans. Trey Remy, a freshman, another one. And this is a vaunted freshman class, undefeated during their middle school years. And a lot of chatter about the fact that they don't feel like Ontario, after they graduate this senior group, is going to drop off, as that's a 1st down run on 2nd and short.
Well, here they are just running that same ISO right at him. And, that freshman, his eyes are wide open, and he's like, I'm just going to take off and run. Good for him.
Cooper Kilgore with the carry there, his 2nd so far here tonight. And you look at Remy, stands tall, 6'5", listed at 200 pounds as a quarterback. Love the size and the athletic ability. And some chatter, I think, early on in the season of whether they would put him in some certain packages and allow Bodpegn to move out to tight end or wide receiver, but Miller's proven that he's an every down kind of guy and the ultimate weapon when he's off script, so just couldn't take the ball out of number 8's hands.
Yeah, you just, as many times as he can touch it, I think that you want to do that. And, I look forward to a great game next week. I don't know, do we have a score on the Shelby game yet?
I can certainly get one for you, Sean. How about 14-12 now? So Ottawa Glandorf still on top. Shelby, I think, just scored and is going for 2 to try to tie it.
Okay. So this would be at a neutral site. I wonder, Mansfield Senior.
Hey, that would be a treat.
It would be, because there's really not a better field in the state of Ohio than Arlen Field. I have to throw that in there.
Hard to argue. I'm watching the 2-point conversion try go down right now. DeVito to the end zone and broken. No, they got it. So Shelby has knotted things up. That's late in the 3rd quarter, 14-14. And I think Richland County football fans overall just salivating at the opportunity of a rematch. And what a great game Ontario and the Whippets have played each of the last 2 years, but specifically in Week 8, 50-36. And the only thing that kind of stopped that thing from being an overtime thriller, they were trading blows back and forth. And then Ontario, a really weird play on an ensuing kickoff where they just didn't field it. Shelby jumped on top of it. They punched it in for a late score to go on top by a couple touchdowns. But other than that, it was one of the best games of the year.
Just one of those learning moments, that sometimes you have to learn the hard way. And I'm sure that mistake won't ever happen again. That you have to field everything on the kickoff. And, I'm just looking at this bunch here, and they're like, come on, let's just keep running the ball, Coach. Give me the ball. Let me score a touchdown. And Cooper's just running as hard as he can.
Yeah, that was Kilgore with the 1st down pickup right there. As we're down to $1.40 remaining, Ontario on their way to Week 13. I'm quite confident for the first time ever. I'll have to double check with some of the folks here in the press box as he goes barreling through the hole this time. Like a bowling ball.
Just good for Cooper, you know, this young offensive line. Look at 64. He's got his chest puffed out. He's blocking, and he wants his guys to score. He's getting off the ball, blocking. Good for them.
Look
nice
at this,
cut.
Though. Boom.
Good job for Cooper. Looks like he's bringing out his offensive line here. The remaining starters.
So Coach Eckert going to let his freshman try to get into the end zone. Or will he? Nah, it looks like they're in victory formation.
Just going to take a knee.
Classy move.
Classy move by Coach Eckert there. No need to score there. And what a great job by Ontario tonight in all facets of the game. Enjoy this one, Ontario.
Yeah, you can hear the cowbells starting to get rattled. Warrior Nation getting up on their feet as that last kneel down will do it. Warriors moving on to Week 13. They will have a chance to compete in the regional semifinals, looking to get to their first ever regional championship game. 38-7, your final score. A lot of different options, I think, for our player of the game, but probably got to hear from Mr. Miller tonight, the way that he commanded the ship offensively. Well, we'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have your Rinehardt Injury Attorneys MVP interview. Get you the final stats, let you know what's going on with some of the other games, and then close things out here from Ontario. Live and free playoff football will return in just a couple minutes.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go.
We are back now with our most valuable play brought to you by Rinehardt. And significance, I think, is what it was spoken of right there, is that you now are the most successful program in school history, but you want to be significant. How did it feel to become part of the history books here tonight and know that there's still a lot in front of you guys?
It felt amazing. We've been emphasizing starting, great start, and we did that tonight. And we're not playing just for ourselves. We're playing for a community, for each other, and we got out there and got it done.
5 for 5 in the first half in terms of scoring touchdowns for this offense, and defensively you shut them out as well. Very inspired bunch out here, playing on your home turf for the last time. Put some words into that for me and just let me know what it was like there in those first 24 minutes.
First, you got to give credit to everybody involved, the coaching staff for getting us ready. Great game plan, our offensive coordinator, just like the line doing their job. It takes everybody. It's not just one person. It's not just me. And we all got it done. We all locked in. See what the score is.
Clyde was expected to be a very physical team for you guys to contend with, and it really felt like you won the battle of the trenches. What can you say about some of your big guys inside tonight?
As I said, man, it starts up front, and that's a good team right there that we just dominated right there. So it starts with them. They just dominated, and our goal is to be the most physical team out here versus anybody.
I talked to you on Monday night, and all the guys that graduated from a season ago, it's a much different looking team, and you said you kind of felt like you got to go into the season with some confidence. Of course, you've been building towards this point. Week 13 for the first time ever for Ontario on the horizon. How much fun and excitement do you think the community is about to have here over these next several days in preparation?
Oh yeah, definitely. As I said, we do it for the community. They've supported us phenomenal. We had sponsors, everybody involved, and I've been playing for them. They've been helping me, and when I have something goes wrong, I was like, hey, do it for myself, do it for others, do it for God, do it for community. So I get back up every time because of them.
Well, you got it done here tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 more passing touchdowns. Congratulations. It looks like everybody's having a good time. We'll cut you loose here. The last chance. Look into the camera and let everybody know who you want to shout out tonight.
I say my brother Bryce at Cardinal Rentals, my niece Madeline, and I just say God, my Lord and Savior.
All right, Bodpegn Miller, your Rinehardt Injury Attorneys MVP.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
Tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you folks live and free thanks to our good friends over at Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Charter NextGen, hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Rinehardt Injury Attorneys, hit them up. They've got places in both Ontario and Columbus. If you have been injured in a car wreck or anything at work, make sure that you give the injury attorneys over at Rinehardt a call. Carroll's Truck Parts and Recycling, proudly supporting local athletes. Play hard, play fast, have fun. And Simonson Construction Services. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. We'll be right back. Our post-game coverage will continue in just a second. Carroll's Truck Parts and Recycling post-game show. Look at the smiles down there. Everybody having a good time out here at Niss Stadium, at least if you're wearing a black uniform or you supported them here tonight. Bodpegn Miller and the boys, 38-7 winners as they take down number 6 Clyde. I'm Brian Skowronski. Sean Adams joining me here, and you heard from Bodpegn in the post-game and just how grateful he is and the entire team, and they just feel like they've got a good brotherhood going on right now, and the most successful season in program history will continue, Sean, as they dominate who many thought was going to be one of the most physical teams in the entire region, and they kind of got beat in the trenches tonight.
Well, they did, and I was really impressed with Ontario. They came out and it appeared to me they did what Ontario does, and they ran the ball, they ran that GT, they ran the fold, they ran the ISO, and then they spread things out and let Bodpegn make a play. And tonight, more so than last week, he was able to connect on some nice passes. He was able to stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
And then, he did break free and scramble and then make you pull your hair out when he extends the play. So he just did what Bodpegn does, and it was a great effort from this squad. They came out here and they really wanted this game.
Yeah, they initiated the running clock basically right at the beginning there of that third quarter as the offense was unstoppable in the first half. And as we take a look at the final numbers here of the night, 423 total yards for Ontario. They hold Clyde under 200 here on the night. And the Flyers, they've been rushing the ball with a lot of confidence here lately, and just spoke on the fact that I really felt like Ontario won at the point of attack, and then that might have been the biggest difference early on in the game, as I think that they were a little caught off guard by how big and physical Ontario was.
Yeah, and you know, I this is the second time I've been able to watch Ontario, and I'm really impressed with that defensive line and how they gobble up people and just let those other guys roam and make tackles. And you know, this defense has given up. I'm not sure I want to count this other one as a score, but you know, they've given up limited scores in the last few weeks, and you know, that's what you want to do, because defense travels. And then when you got an explosive player like Bodpegn and the rest of the crew, they're going to be a formidable task moving forward.
Shelby right now leading 20-14, still 7 minutes to go in that game. They get the winner between Ottawa Glandorf and the Whippets, which is going on right now, while Clyde wraps up their season 8-4 overall. And it just didn't seem like a very inspired Clyde team compared to where I've seen them in the past, where they come out and they've just got a presence about them. A state champion from a few seasons back and a perennial power. They get into the tournament, and they're usually very consistently into the second, third, and sometimes even beyond, Sean. So it just wasn't quite what I'm accustomed to seeing from Clyde.
No, it wasn't. And, you know, you usually think of Clyde, you think of a big physical team, and I just didn't see that tonight.
Sure.
And you know, I was talking to some people, and this was the first night that all season they've played on grass. And, you know, talking to the radio guys, you know, this was they did stuff tonight that they haven't done all season. They've ran the ball up the middle, and they didn't run any screens outside. So I don't know what was going on here, but you know, I think Ontario, you got to give them credit, because they took control of this game, and I don't think it mattered what Clyde wanted to do. Ontario wasn't going to be stopped,
and that's why they are marching on to Week 13, uncharted territory for the Warriors for the first time in their program history. They will move on to round 3 of the postseason, and I thought it was cool down there in the huddle. Before they got a breakdown, all the coaches got a chance to say something, and one of the star players from the 2001 team that helped them get to Week 12 and was the most successful team ever, he stepped up and he said, "Congratulations, you're the most successful team ever. Now go be the most significant team ever. Leave your legacy."
You know, that's and what else? What more can you do? You know, you're a senior, and you go on to college, and then you get married, and then you have a kid. But, you know, you're always going to sit down with your buddies, whether it's at Frickers or B-Dubs or some old town tavern, and you're going to talk about being the most significant team or the best team in school history. That's never going to leave you. So you might as well keep it and keep running with it.
Well, that'll never leave them, but we're going to leave you here tonight. This one in the books, a great performance by the Warriors, by Miller, and the entire offense as a whole. So many weapons and basically unable to be stopped here tonight. Do got to shout out all of our generous sponsors coming together, bringing you the live and free action right here, including Simonson Construction Services, Carroll's Truck Parts and Recycling, Rinehardt Injury Attorneys, Stacey Wampler, Sluss Realty Agent, Charter Next Gen, Avita Home Health and Hospice, and Mechanics Bank. Our awesome crew here at Niss Stadium tonight: Jeremy Peoples, your top cam operator. We also had Troy Sapp down on the sideline getting you some great shots. His wife Kathy got me an awesome interview before the game. My memory card is lost in my computer. If I can ever get it out, I swear I'm going to post it. I don't care if it's 5 years from now. We're going to make sure that Kathy's hard work from all of her homework is not for nothing. Tracking stats for us tonight: Georgia McFarland, our star intern from Crestview High School. I'm Brian Skowronski for Sean Adams. Thanking you for watching. I'll see you again at 11:30, the final episode of the Friday Night Pigskin for the 2024 season. See you guys there. So long for now.